All right, everyone, we have a busy week here in Grand Cross Global, and I wanted to tell you guys all the super important stuff that you're going to want to make sure to do before this week ends. And I wanted to start off here with a really important note about the new final boss that we just got, Meliodas and Elizabeth. Now, I said I was going to be doing this video series on a weekly basis starting on Tuesdays. I do apologize that this one is coming out a little bit later on a Wednesday, but I got a bit carried away with my Dairy Area summons yesterday. So if you guys enjoy this, though, and you still want me to continue doing this on a weekly basis, please feel free to let me know by leaving a like, leaving a comment, or both if you want to, and that'll help me gauge whether you guys enjoy this and whether you want me to continue it in the future. So let's start off here with that important note about final boss Meliodas and Elizabeth. And the important thing to know is that Netmarble does not release these on a consistent basis with half stamina events running or without half stamina events. The final bosses usually last for 2 weeks, like the one that we have right now, and we have a 2-week rotating basis of half stamina events and no half stamina events. And this one that we got, Meliodas and Elizabeth, we are starting off here the first week we do not have half stamina events going on. So that is super important, because what that means is that you probably want to spend the bulk majority of your time actually farming and clearing out the event shop this week, because next week, the second week of the final boss, we're going to have all those half stamina events coming back for boss battles, free quests, Fort Solgris, and you're probably going to be spending more of your time doing that and not wanting to farm out the event shop as much. Now, of course, if you still want to go for a high score, you don't necessarily have to do it exactly the way that I lay it out, but if you are going for efficiency, that is something important to at least be aware of. Now, something else that I will note, and this is something that I've caught the attention of over the last couple of final bosses, is that they actually made it so that you don't have to feel as pressured to go for the top 5% score. It's still good, of course, if you want to go for it, but I feel like the absolute best reward and really the best benchmark that you want to go for is the top 15%, because that's going to give you all those hammers. It's going to give you 150 anvils. I believe this reward actually used to be the top 5% before hammers existed in the game, but now they've actually got the top 5% is a couple SSR pendants and some engraving materials. Still good, of course, but don't feel too bad if you can't get in the top 5%, because it doesn't feel as pressured as it used to be before. This is something that it seems like they've incorporated this reward structure in the last couple of these final bosses. So anyway, that's something to be mindful of when it comes to the actual shop as well. Very important. Make sure... Oh, it looks like they didn't do it this time. That is fantastic. The last time, they actually had it so that you could only buy items, a certain number of them per day. And it looks like they made that change and they did not bring it back. So you don't have to worry about it this time. But when final bosses do come out in the future, always take a look at the actual final boss shop right away to see not only how many items remain in the shop, but see if there is a daily limit to some of them. I don't know if they'll bring it back in the future. It's hard to really say, but some items, if it does have a daily limit, you don't want to wait until the very last day of the final boss in order to buy stuff, because then you'll miss out on a lot of items that do have that daily limit, unfortunately. But good news is they did not do it for this one. So that's all the important stuff about the final boss, but we've got a lot of other really important stuff going on in the game right now. And let me point out the actual village donation event that we have going on right now. If you guys are not aware, or if you have not done it, we've still got about 2.5 days left. And I want to tell you guys an important note about what not to do with these village donations. And I know I haven't actually mentioned this in a video until now. We've had it going on for like 4 or 5 days now. But what you actually don't want to do is typically the very first day that village donation events come out is donate your full 1 million gold. What you can do is be a bit efficient and actually wait until the last couple of days like we have right now. So if you go to, let's see, I think it is in notices, right? So you got 2 days, 13 hours. It's already been out for about 5 days now. What you could do is the first 4 or 5 days is just donate your 30,000 gold for the actual buff, buy stuff out in the villages, and then all that is going to actually count towards the gold that you need for the village donations. So if you do, 30,000 gold for the first 5 days just in order to get your buff, you only have to donate something like 7 or 850,000 gold on the last day, and you won't have that gold go to waste, essentially. At least if that's how you're getting your village buffs normally. If you don't normally end up donating to villages at all, then just be aware that this is something you're going to want to do in the next couple of days before the village donation ends. And every village is going to give you one of each of the pendants, a rare, an SR, and an SSR, and it's going to cost 1 million gold in order to get all 3. So you need to save up 6 million gold for these in order to get 6 of each of the pendants. So that's something else that we have going on right now. All right, moving along here. We've got some battle events. We got a new one here, and I have a couple of important notes about this. You can actually end up getting all of the achievements for this new battle event in just 2 days. So it is this one right here. Welcome to my sweet gluttony. So it's got a daily count of 5. And taking a look at the achievements here, the last one that I have, of course, is clear the event stage 10 times. So that's the one that's going to require you to complete this at least for 2 days in a row to get all the achievements. Make sure that you guys are running this. The first time rewards, by the way, are really, really nice. You get a whole bunch of pendants, and the achievements to be mindful of that you might have to take a little bit of extra effort to get is clear using an ultimate move at least 1 time, and this is the big one here. Clear after attacking 10 times with the hero with an attribute advantage. So you're probably going to have to turn off auto battle in order to get that achievement. Just make sure you get those, and if you are efficient, you could actually fully clear this out in just 2 days to get those extra gems right there. So make sure you guys run this, because it's only got a 1-week timer, so at the end of this week, it will be going away. Alright, next up is check your mailbox. I know this is a simple one, but we are getting some really awesome rewards coming up here for the, I believe it's the 20 million downloads celebration. You can see here, look at all these awesome rewards, and I actually have a screenshot here of all the rewards that we are going to be getting over the next few days as well. Look at all that awesome stuff right there. That star that you see on the very right, by the way, that is a token that is going to let you maximum awaken somebody all the way from 0 to 6 stars, which is awesome if you guys have units that you're still awakening. So a bunch of freebies, make sure to get those in your mailbox. Just check all your mailbox stuff anyway. Thought I would bring a little bit of attention to that. Now, next up here is the roulette wheel. This is actually important. It's been going on for a week already. We are now in the second and last week of this. A couple of important notes. Make sure that you guys are still getting your 30 tickets a day. That is the maximum that you can end up getting. Another important note is do not reset the rewards for these events until you actually end up getting everything. This is one of those ones where there's no reason to go out of your way. If you're getting the 30 tickets a day throughout the entire duration of this event, you're not going to need to buy tickets with your coins as well. I know there is an option to in the actual coin shop, I believe. Let's see here. Yep, for gold coins and for silver coins, but there's no reason to do that unless you missed several days and you really want to get the rewards. I would not encourage it. I would not advise it, because if you're getting the 30 tickets a day anyway, you're going to be able to completely clear out this roulette without having to reset it early, without having to buy tickets or any of that sort of stuff. All you have to do is just make sure that you're getting your 30 tickets a day, and those are going to come from boss battles, death matches, and Fort Solgris. Alright, next up here is the Hawk Pass. We are now in week 2 of this Hawk Pass right here. This is not a 3-week Hawk Pass, it is a 2-week Hawk Pass, so this is actually the last week. This will also be ending at the end of this week, actually a day earlier than all the other stuff, so definitely be mindful of that. And whether you guys have the free version or the paid version, there's really nice rewards from this. Even the free version, make sure that you guys are still working on it, because you can get an SSR pendant by getting to level 20. So that is something else to be mindful of if you have not yet completed your Hawk Pass missions. Alright, next up here is we actually still have this Fireworks Festival reward dungeon going on as well. In fact, I've actually made the mistake. I think there's a couple of days last week that I accidentally forgot to do this, just because it's one of those things that I forgot to add to my daily list of things to do, so I really want to emphasize this in the video. It did not end last week with all the other fireworks events. This one is actually still going on for another week. So it's right here, right with all your other Fort Solgris stuff. It's only once a day. It only actually costs 1 stamina as well. It doesn't take that long. In fact, you know what? Let me just go through here and run it really quickly as well, so that you guys could actually see the rewards that you get. Don't skip this, because it does give really good stuff. I know you end up getting a stamina potion as well, and I made the mistake of accidentally skipping out on this I think just 2 days last week, which is still 2 stamina potions and some other really awesome stuff that I missed out on. So let me just clear this really quickly here, and you guys will see the rewards from it. And the last thing here, there's only one other thing on the list that I want to give you guys the final reminder on, because this is actually the biggest mistake that I've made when it comes to skipping events, and I've missed this one before, especially with how good rewards that it gives you. Alright, look at all that stuff that you get. Oh, you get a 5-star potion too. 1 stamina takes just a couple of seconds. Make sure that you guys are just doing that every day for the next week before it ends. And last little reminder, growth event. Make sure if you guys haven't done it yet, super easy because you don't really check the growth event menu very often. Let's go to growth event right here. This one is ending at the end of this week as well. So lots of really awesome rewards. I've missed out at least one of these. So many SSR pendants. Just make sure that you guys do it either right when it comes out or whenever. Add it to your list because it's super painful if you do miss these out. So that's the final little reminder here to kind of end off the video. And oh boy, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I hope that you guys do enjoy these types of videos where I just kind of go through all the important stuff that you want to make sure to do before each week ends. And I think I pretty much covered everything. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if it helped out, and you guys want me to continue this as a weekly series on the channel, feel free to let me know once again by leaving a quick like, leaving a comment, and of course, if you want to keep an eye out on more videos in the future, definitely consider subscribing to the channel as well. Thanks again for all the support, everyone. Over 8,000 subscribers. You guys are absolutely awesome, and more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now as well, or in the suggested videos to your right or below. More guides, tutorials, summon videos, and fun stuff just like this all over the channel. Over 100 videos now, so feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, take care, everyone. Have a great day. And this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.